record now. Okay, good. So today we'll see something different. We've been going through like past 8 days on Java. So we'll slightly go to a lighter side and switch over to HTML today. So the other day, yesterday when I finished, I said that the bigger picture is like this, where this side, the first box, I'll color it. This is going to be the UI layer.
Rajesh, could you please explain this diagram just like 1 minute?
Yes, you want me? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to explain again, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do now. So the first layer which I have colored blue color is the UI layer or the user interface layer. I'll name it here. So any web application you take will have this structure. The first layer will be the user interface layer where the user is going to come and interact. This would be the screen. The second layer, this would be the business logic layer. So this is where the server will be. So business, all the business logics. Suppose you go to an ATM machine, the screen which you interact in the machine is the user interface layer, the blue color. Whether to provide you the money or not depends on the business logic. As a user, you can type in like even 10 lakhs in the machine, but you should have sufficient amount in the bank and the transaction should be eligible. It should be within the limit. The money should be available in the ATM. We have all these conditions for one transaction. We have to do these many checks. So all these will be done in the business logic layer. That is what we call as business logic. And the business logic needs the past data. That is what is the database layer. So any web application will have this three layer. We call it as three-tier architecture. So database layer. Inside the business logic layer, we have two sub layers. One is the web server layer, and other is the Java, the application, the actual logic. So this is what we were seeing so far. I'll use this some other color, maybe this color. So this light blue, this is what we were seeing so far. Today we will go over the HTML part of it. For HTML editor, I would suggest I have a lightweight editors, which is called Sublime Text Ed, which is free. There's also a paid version, but you can use the okay, but you can use the free version. So you can try out. You can download and install. This is a very lightweight exe. You have to just go to sublimetext.com and download for Windows. This has lots of cool features to use. So this is the
Rajesh, this HTML is a part of
it is a part of the first layer. Here, the blue. Okay. This is where the user is going to interact with the application. Whatever.
And one more thing, it's a part of Java. Part of Java means in this syllabus we have.
No, which one? In syllabus.
HTML. Yeah.
In syllabus we have.
Okay.
In the syllabus we have. Oh, by the way, you asked me that one, right? I'll share it. I actually have this. Let me. How do I share it?
Just you can share in WhatsApp group.
Yes. Okay. I'll share this.
You can share later.
So this HTML is part of the user interface layer, and in the syllabus we have it. This JSP we have it in the advanced Java. We have something called as JSP. The basics of JSP is the HTML. Here it is. Okay. JSP introduction. So to know what is JSP, we need to know what is HTML. Okay. This entire 28, 29, 30, the JSP tags, 31, 32, 33, 34 till 34 we need, and 37 is HTML. So this entire things needs an HTML. So quickly we'll go today what is HTML, how to create one page. So I said about the editor, Sublime Text. You can download and you can use it. Now I'll create one folder. I will create one file now as welcome.html. And if we create .html, the file is ready. All we have to do is just right click and open with the Chrome, any browser, Chrome or Safari or Mozilla, anything. So we don't have any content. I'll open this in the editor, Sublime, for writing the codes. I'll go welcome to HTML. That's all. I just save it. I go to the browser and I refresh. You see here we got the code. This is the first introduction to HTML. So for those who don't know what is HTML, this is the presentation layer or the user interface layer where we can. So whatever you see here, when I go to Sublime Text, you are seeing here these contents, right? These are all HTML content. Whatever
just you saved one text file and then you open with.
That's all. That's all. Correct.
And welcome to this one. Just to write something in that notepad.
Yes.
Okay.
Updated April 21, and I save it. You go to the browser and refresh. We'll get it.
Okay.
Any website you open, that's HTML. You see here Sublime Text, a sophisticated text editor. If I'm going to copy this and I paste in my code here and I go and refresh, a sophisticated text editor for code markup and prose. But they have given in a 1 second. Okay, so but they have given in a neat way, in a more user-friendly way. We'll see how to do that. It is in the center of the screen, which has light background. This is in the corner. All these things are there. This we'll see. But the first introduction to HTML is it is just a plain program, plain text file with the extension .html. Whatever you write will be displayed there. If this is clear, we'll move on now. In the Sublime, the cool feature first is you just type HTML and hit tab. It will automatically fill the HTML basic content. Okay, I'll show again. HTML and hit tab. It would automatically, maybe second, yeah, it is automatically filling the HTML content. I'll save this. These are all called tags. Whatever is there in an angle bracket within the angle brackets will not be displayed in the screen. So if I go and refresh, it's going to be plain because tags cannot be seen in the page. Only text can be seen. If I give here Rajesh, it is not a tag. This can be seen. These are all predefined tags, like how in Java we had int, float, double, keywords. Same way, we have these are the predefined keywords. So that is the first section. So what we are going to do is in the whole project, the final aim is we will create something like this. We will create a login form. We will get the username, password, and we will pass on to the server. We will call the Java program. We will see in the DB and return back. That will be our end goal. So to build that, we will need a login form. So I go to the HTML documentation. You can go to HTML documentation is common. So there is no specific website. You can refer to any of the sites. Mozilla will give you the best, the better one. Here it is. So I am using this. You can also go to W3 Schools. So anything is okay. I'm going to reference guide. here HTML tag. You can go through this one by one. There are a lot of tags. So this is what the first tag we saw. What we have to do, we have to get, I'll go to the top section is actually hiding me from, it's not allowing me. Okay, here it is. So here I'll create one more slide. So the login form we have to design will be having one grid like this, and we will capture two inputs, username and password. So when you go to Google, you see, right, you have to type your username, password, and there will be one button at the bottom, submit. So we'll create one page like this. So for that, I'll go to the code. I have to give one input text box. So I'll go to the documentation to see how do I bring the text input. For that, I'll search for text input. Okay, here it is. Input tag. Input type equal to radio input tag. Okay, here it is. Input tag just capturing user input. So the code they have given, input type equal to text, enter the value. I'll paste it here. I'll save it. Now if I go and run, I will see one text input here. Type where we can text. So this input tag, if the HTML page, web page is seeing the input tag, it will bring out a text input box. And value type here, this is a freeholder, it's a placeholder. When the page loads, this is what will be loaded by default. Now, instead of type here, I'll give username. The next will be password. Let's refresh and see. I have username, password. Now I need a button. For that, I'll see what is the syntax. Button tag. Button name equal to something. There is a closing button. Within that, I have to give the content. I am a button, click me. Instead of that, I'll give login. So there is a starting tag, ending tag. Note that input does not have an end tag. Few of the tags are like that in HTML. Few will have an input, few will not have an input. I go here, a button has come. Now on click of this button, I want to give an alert. You have clicked the login. So what I'll do is, here there is something as click function. So for that I will go, I will just combine HTML, JavaScript and CSS. Just follow with me. It is very easy, so that we don't need to have a separate classes for everything. It all works together. So JavaScript basics. If you go, or HTML itself, if you see the click function. Okay, one second. I'll go.
Rajesh, JavaScript is used for just for the web pages.
And yes, I'll show you now. Basic click function in HTML tags. So I'll go to W3 script. In just few minutes, everything will uncover for you. Okay. There is a button. We saw this on click function. We are calling a function. Okay. So what is happening is, this is a HTML page. The HTML page is used to display some value to the input. Is that clear? That is the first thing we learned. So HTML is used to either capture or display content to user. This is the first thing. Okay. The HTML is used to capture or display something. What we are doing, we are displaying something, right? We are displaying this and we are trying to capture something. But HTML will be like this only without any makeup. This is a very plain, this is not looking good, correct? But what we see in all these websites, you see this coloring. HTML doesn't know colors. HTML knows only tags. To beautify HTML, we need CSS, cascading style sheet. So CSS is used to beautify the HTML. Whatever you see in HTML, coloring, underline, everything will be done using this border, mouse, or everything will be done using CSS only. So this top you see a black color. Without CSS, if you use plain HTML, the page is going to look like this. You can never get a beautiful page.
That means Rajesh, CSS
CSS is, yeah, I'll show you how to write it. Let's say we need to create a, I'll show you now. I'll show you. If you go to the HTML on click, okay. Now let's finish up this and I'll come to CSS. So three sections are there in HTML. One is just displaying the content. Second is beautifying the HTML. Third is doing some logics in the web page or the HTML page. This is done in JavaScript. So we have the HTML works as three. And all three work together and show us a beautiful page. HTML cannot do something on by itself. CSS alone, using CSS alone, it's not used. And JavaScript alone is not going to be used. We need all the three. So we have this click function. I will copy, and as we like progress, we will understand this. Name is button.
that means Rajesh, there is no interconnectivity between HTML and CSS. HTML is different, CSS is different, right?
Correct. HTML is different, CSS different, JavaScript are different, but all three work together in a page and produces a beautiful web page.
Okay.
Without JavaScript, HTML can survive. But without HTML, CSS cannot survive because you need using a makeup kit. What can you do? You cannot do until you have a human to apply that makeup in someone else, right? You need someone to apply that makeup and view the beautiful face, correct? Just having a makeup kit in the table will not be of any use. But a person without a makeup can survive. So if you see HTML, that's a person. Just in analogy, I'm telling, someone is there. The face is HTML. The makeup kit is the CSS. Using kit, you cannot see anything. But if you apply the makeup kit over a person's face, you see a beautiful face. That is what it is. So we have a click function. There is a script tag. We go here, and if you type script, the editor will automatically generate the closing and open and close tag. We'll create this, we'll declare this function here, and we'll give just alert. I have called.
Rajesh, I have one small doubt.
Yes, please.
Welcome.html. How you got this? You opened as Notepad? No.
I went to a folder. I right click new text document.
Okay.
Welcome to .html. I'll remove this txt file. That's all.
Okay.
I right click and I open with Sublime Text.
Okay.
Plain white.
Okay. Gotcha.
Here I'll
Because
type
I didn't remember. Okay.
HTML. Okay.
Mhm.
Got good. So what we did in
In
the
the
button,
Sublime Text, that CSS, HTML, and JavaScript is going to work. Those three, right?
yeah, it is just an editor like Notepad.
Okay.
So the only thing is Notepad, you will not have this coloring. Here you can see coloring, so you can easily identify what is a tag, what is a keyword. So all things you can identify. What is a function? So what we do on button click, we are calling a function. It is same like Java function, Java method, but here we don't have return types. Those things are there. We call a function. Here I am giving an alert. I'll save this. Once I run this file and I click this, what is happening? My function, as if there is some syntax error. Okay, the keyword is missing. In Java, there is no need to give the keyword. JavaScript is very old actually, but still it is without
One
JavaScript
second,
we cannot.
Rajesh. Could you please go to that CSS document or the document? Not this one. The
Which one?
last one. You are using the first one. Why you are using only the first one?
Which
That
one?
means this code. Yeah.
Means why? I didn't understand.
Why you are only using this code? Just for a click or something like that?
No, I want to show the click function. How a click works.
Okay. It's a
I
click
just
function.
took,
If you click that button, it's something is going to.
yeah,
Okay.
on click of whatever, wherever we give this on click, it will be triggered. It is given in p tag. I have given in button tag. On click is a inbuilt function in HTML page.
Okay.
When the user clicks on this, this will be called. This will be called. So when you see here, I clicked and it is calling. When I
Okay.
click this, the function is calling. We also have like on click on mouse over.
Could you please do it one more time, Rajesh?
What you want me to?
You did. You clicked something. It came somewhere else, right?
I click this. This is a traditional alert from the browser. We don't have control on that.
Oh.
The browser gives an alert, right? Many of the sites when you visit, you will get an alerts. Have you seen? Are you
Yeah, I
able
am
to
seeing.
correlate?
Yeah.
So this is a like standard alert from browser page. This text alone we can give insight. This page
Okay.
says correct. This we cannot control. This will be the website name. If it is Google, it will tell google.com says. But we can give a title also. We can customize this alert, but this is a inbuilt alert from the page.
For
Now
this alert, we written the code, right?
just alert. This will trigger the
Oh,
inbuilt alert. We pass the content.
okay.
Now,
And one more thing, Rajesh, if I hit
yes,
only that button, why we got this one? Okay, in that
because
button we okay.
button only I have clicked the, I have given this on click.
Okay.
Let's say I copy this button, I paste one more time. Here I am giving call another function. Okay, but that function I am not declaring here. This is function one. Okay, function I have declared, function one I have not declared. Now when I run this, there will be two buttons. This button, alert will not come because the function it's not there. On click, it will trigger this one. It will go, the control will go to this function, but we don't have that function. Here we have that function, but here we don't have that function, right? When you go right click and inspect, there is something debugging in HTML page, like how we did in Java. The same way we can debug in HTML. There will be something, all these tabs will be there. We have element, console, source, network, all these. One by one we'll go through. Element tag is, you have to select this. There is a small arrow, you see. You can click on this and you can select. You can see all the coding we did. We gave input text, we gave this, we gave button, we gave this function, we are having a script. Whatever we gave that page, we are able to see here. Not only
Okay.
our site, let's go to the Sublime site. Any site you take, you just right click, you click on inspect. You will see the HTML coding of the site. Here it is. See here?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, you have to just expand. If I select and I click the sophisticated, it is there here. They have given inside a span, inside a div. So this is the first section of element. Second is console. This is similar to the Java console we saw. Any errors in the page will be thrown here. In our case, this is not there. So every time I click, the count is increasing, you see, because same error is throwing. So 10 now, I click again, 11 errors, 12, 13, 14, same error. What is the error? The function is not defined. Page in the welcome.html line number 11. So this function is not there. Okay, now I'll save this. I'll rerun this. If I click second also, there is no error. In Java, we had system.out.println, correct? Where we used to print it to the console. Here we have console.log. Hello, I will be visible only in console, not in alert. I will be visible in alert, not in console. So we run this and I call. I will be visible in alert, not in console. So this is not coming in console, but this is coming in console. I will be visible only in console, not in alert. Got it?
Yeah.
So anything you want to debug, you can give in console.log. This will not be visible to the user. As a user, they won't go to any. I mean, not every user will go to console, right? We'll not go to the console. We'll only interact with the program and go. So, but you want to debug something, you can give it here and try it out. So this is the HTML and interaction with a simple JavaScript function. Now,
Rajesh, this console.log hala am visible only for console. That means for the guy who are
here,
developing the code.
no, it will be visible for all the user when they are accessing the program.
That means when they are accessing the application.
Website, correct.
Okay.
So you developed, by mistake you gave a console and you move the code. When I am accessing your application, I will see that console. So when you move something, you have to remove the console.
Now, what's the use of console?
Debugging purpose. As a developer, when you are developing something, you want to know what all the values. Let's say here, when I click on login, I want to know what are the values which are there. I mean, as we progress, you will see the users. Let's say we have these two values. You want to see what is the value of this value entered by the user. In that case, in console, I'll give a print here, and when I run this, I can see what is the value.
Oh, that means by calling that function, what's the
I'll
user
I'll
entered?
I'll show you here. Here I'll give ID equal to username. In when the function comes here, there is a function in JavaScript as document dot get element by ID username, and we will declare this to a variable user name equal to. Now if I do this in the console and let's rerun this. It is coming input HTML element is coming. I will print it again, but without. Okay, no, I here itself I can do. Instead of plus, I have to just give comma. Now when I hit enter, the entire HTML tag is coming. Input. So username is the HTML tag. This username, from the username, I want to see the value. Dot value. Login. Username. Let's say I am entering Rajesh here. And I click login. See, Rajesh is coming.
Yeah, it's clear, Rajesh.
Okay, good. Okay, now we'll add something to style this. It's boring to see a plain HTML. To study on that, the reason I'm opening Google this. I am educating you how to search something and go to the documentation. So HTML, CSS3 documentation. Instead of W3 schools, we'll go to Mozilla. CSS3 CSS specifications. So if I go to Mozilla, here it is. These are the reference. Okay, CSS reference. These are all the reference. I'll first what I'll do is I'll make this page blue color. It is actually boring to see a white color page. I'll make the entire page blue color. For that, if we go to the documentation, let's go here and let's search. Uh, what is a common terminology? Like it is background color, correct? I want to change the background color. Most of the times you'll use only like within 10 or 20 CSS only. So don't worry about these many properties which are there. You'll never even use this. So we have something called as background color, specifies the background color of an element. So if you go inside, they'll go, what is the syntax for that? We just have to give background color is this much. So what I will do here, for JavaScript, we gave script. Same way, for styling, we have to give style. And inside the style tag, for applying style to a page, we can do it in different way. This is one way. If I give like this, what this means is in the body tag, wherever you see this tag, you apply the background color coral. So when I run this, see the color is applied to the body tag. Now I'll inspect and I'll show you the element. You see here body tag. You come to the right side in the styles tab. The background color is applied. I can uncheck and it will become plain. So these are all few debugging techniques. Since in CSS, since in style section I said that wherever you see body tag, you replace. By mistake, I'm giving body 1 tag. Do we have a body 1 tag in HTML in this page now? We don't have anything. We only have a body tag. So it will try to replace only in body one tag. There will not be any tag. So the page will not have a color. In style section also it is empty. We don't have any styles. So this is one way. Specifying this way means this will replace the tag. Now let's do one more thing. Button we have, right? So to button, I want to style blue color. I'll give button because button is the tag name. I can give the tag name and I'll give background. The Sublime will give you auto suggestion. Background color red. I'll give. So wherever it is going to see a button tag, it will replace. I mean, it will apply a background color as red. See, a red is come. I'll make it blue so that it's visible because coral and red are conflicting. Okay, we got it. But the text is black color, correct? So for that,